Hello everyone, I am Nitish Agrawal, PGT Mathematics, Kendriya Vidyalaya Balaghat. Welcome to all of you in this online session, and I am starting to topic continuity and differentiability of a function. And in this regard, continuity of function, I want to give some example, a very easy example. Suppose you want to go from Jabalpur to Balaghat, suppose. Then definitely these are two stations, and the stations are connected by a road. This is road, suppose this is road. And we know that if we traveling any road, then road is always continuous. But some points are there. Suppose there is any river at C point, and there is a river. Suppose there is a river. Then definitely for river, when this roadway has constructed, then government definitely take initiative and make a bridge at that road. उस रोड पर गवर्नमेंट ने ब्रिज को कंस्ट्रक्ट किया हो. बट जब भी आप इस A to B स्टेशन से जाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली आपको आपके जाने के पहले आपको ये डिसाइड करना होगा कि पॉइंट C यानी जो ब्रिज है वो स्टार्ट है कि नहीं, वो वर्किंग कंडीशन में है कि नहीं. Road is continuous from A to B definitely, but there is a point C, maybe there is another point D, E and F. So many points will be there, which whenever some bridges are there, and we have to check first these are start or not. Otherwise, we can't start our traveling from A to B. So in this way, this is the actually example. And this example will be used in this continuity of a function. Actually, we know that any function is a curve, and is a graph of a line, of a curve, or anything. Then this line, if it is continuous, then we say this function is continuous. But there is some any points at x is equal to c for which the function is not defined. For example, suppose in our example, when we want to go from Jabalpur to Balaghat or Balaghat to Jabalpur, if bridge is not in working condition, then we can't travel, because the road is not continuous. Similarly, so many points in the given intervals for x is equal to A and x is equal to B, so many points may be in this interval where the function is not defined. And if function is not defined, it means function is not continued from that point. We can't cross that point in this road or in this function, in this curve. So this is example. Actually, this is so many points in the given interval may be there where the function is not continuous function. So now I am starting this continuity of function by the definition of continuity of function. Now, what is the continuity of function? So first we will write that the function f(x) is continuous at point x is equal to c. A function f(x) is continuous at point x equal to c if the limit of function f(x) at x tends to c will be equal to the value of function directly at C. So this is the definition of function fx is continuous at point x equal to C if the limit of function x tends to C is equal to the direct value of function at that point C. I hope you have understood these things. But now already we have read about the limit in class 11th. Class 11th already we know how we can find the limit of function, and generally limit of function will find when the function is not defined directly, generally. So now we will start again some limits concept again. Limit concept. So we will recall some formula of limits also, and how we will say the limit of function is exists at any point. So first we will limits. Actually, this limits concept which we have read in class 11, it will be the base for continuity of function now in this year, class 12th. So now dear students, limits of function. It is our base for continuity, for studying about continuity of function. So limits of function, we know that is exist. Limit of function is exist at x is equal to C if, I will write directly because you all know about this, function of C plus h tends to 0 is equal to limit of function C minus h tends to 0 are equal. We know that this is called right hand limit at x equal to C, and we know that this is called left hand limit at x is equal to C. So these two values should be equal and defined. But now this function is again continuous at this point C if one more thing will be added in this here, and that is the value of function directly at point C is also equal. So if these three things are equal to each other, if these three values are equal to each other for any function at point C, then this function is called continuous at point x equal to C. This is very important, and this is, I will say that in a continuity question, in any type of continuity question, you should write this concept in any question, then you will got 1 mark definitely, because this is the basic concept for continuity, for finding the continuity of function at any point. So you have to write these three steps. Or in to solve any problem of continuity, you should make 3 columns. First, right hand limit, left hand limit, and the value of function directly. And if these 3 things are all each other equal, then and only function will be continuous at point C. So this is the very important part. I think you all clear it. So now, if actually if we see the method in our book, already this is given, that is what is the continuity of function. If the continuity of function, actually you all can see in your book, the mathematician Sir Isaac Newton has introduced this concept very easily, and in this chapter we will read continuity and differentiability both, but today only we will solve some problems of continuity of function. And I will request to all of you, please read each and every word of your book, which will be help to you to any deep concept to understand any deep concept. So now this is the continuity of function rule. So now we will solve some example. Students, before solve some problems, we will recall the formula of limits of class 11. So now some formulas you should write. First formula which we have read in class 11, that is limit of function f(x), x tends to a, is exist, then it will be equal to limit of function a plus h, h tends to 0, is equal to limit of function a minus h, h tends to 0. We know that a plus h means we will turn right hand side from a, and a minus h means we will left side to a. Therefore, this is also, we have already recently we read, this is also called right hand limit, and this is called left hand limit. So this is the first formula in class 11 we have read. Now second, some derivations also we have done. So now recall and rewrite in your notebook. Definitely it will be help to you. So students, definitely आप ये सभी formula फिर से लिखिए. Second formula which is very important, we have derived that x to the power of n minus a to the power of n upon x minus a, and x tends to a is the limit. Then the answer of this function, limit x tends to a, is n a x n power x a to the power of n minus 1. And third, the formula which is very important, and this year also it will be required so many times, that is sine of ax divided by x, and x tends to 0, this all equal to a. I want to use this formula in a new version, that is sine to the power of nax, then the answer will be a to the power of n. You will use this formula because so many times sine to the power of nax divided by x to the power of n, the answer will be a to the power of n. It will be come from the algebra of limits which we have read in class 11. The formula number 4, it is also we have read in class 11, that is limit of function e to the power of ax minus 1 divided by x, x tends to 0. It is again equal to a. And the formula number 5, which is dependent on logarithm theory, maybe log, actually this log is introduced in our next in this chapter, differentiability chapter. But limits, the formula for limit of log of 1 plus ax divided by x, x tends to 0 is equal to a. So these 5 formula already we have read in class. Only formula, these are 4. Already we have derived in class 11, and now these are required in our this problem solving exercise. So I think you all are ready and write it. So now we will solve some questions. The students, suppose our question is, first question we will take that this is the first question, and this type of question are already asked in your board examination. So now this question is our first question. So students, now you can see the question is, find the value of k so that the function f defined below is continuous and at x equal to 0, and where function is represented by this form. So I think you all can see here. And this type of function already we have read in class 11th again also, bifurcation. If x equal to 0, then function is k, and if x is not equal to 0, then function represent in this form. And we want to find the value of k. But it is given function is continuous. Function is continuous is already given. It means if function is continuous, then when we solve this problem, then when we write solution, because already function is continuous, it means first we will write that limit of function 0 plus h tends to 0, definitely equal to f of 0 and equal to, but already function is continuous, then it is not need to write both the limits. We will find both the limit because function is continuous, left hand limit or right hand limit, and even will be equal to the direct value of function. So first step, this is the first step to solve this exercise. Now what is 0 plus h? Actually you always remember it, 0 plus h, it means greater than 0. It means we know that x, the meaning of this x is not equal to 0. Its meaning is x greater than 0 or x less than 0. So in this place, this expression will be replaced by this function. You have to remember it. So now replace this value. So now it will be limit x tends to 0. 0 plus h, the function is represented in this form. So 1 minus cos 4h, this is cos 4h divided by 8h square is equal to f of 0. We know that at x equal to 0, function will be k. It means is equal to k. So if we write this step, then definitely in out of 4 marks we will got 1 mark. If it is the question of 2 marks, then 1 mark will be also again we will find. Because this is the base and this is the very important. If we write this, then it examiner know that you know what about the limits are. We will find the limits. Okay, now the next step is dependent on our trigonometric identical portions. 1 minus cos 4h. So in class 11th again we read the formula 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. So use this formula here. Use this formula in this portion. When we use this formula here, then limit h tends to 0, 2 sin square 2h divided by 8h square is equal to k. Now only we want to find the limit. This 2 will be cancelled by 8, 2 4 times 8, and sin square 2h upon h square. Recently we have read the formula. This will be sin 2h by h whole square is equal to k. And sin 2h by h tends to 0 is 2, 2 is square, 2 square 4, 4 by 4 1. The answer will be 4 divided by 4 is equal to k, and 1 is equal to k, and this is the answer. Hence this is solved. So in this way we will solve the problem. Already in this question, so many students can solve this formula for problem by 0 plus h or 0 minus h. You can use also 0 minus h. but both the way answer will be same because function is continuous. So this is our first question. Now we will start. We will see the next question is our next question. We will see our next question. So now our next question. This type of question also very important, and it is also a question which asked in your board examination. It is our factorization method, dependent on our factorization method also. So this is also question. Again, the question is same. The function fx represented by this form. If x is not equal to 2, then this is, and if x equal to 2, then this k. And is continuous at x equal to 2, then find the value of k. So again now we can use 2 minus h. Before left hand limit को हम use कर लेते हैं. So again when we write the solution according to this question, because function is continuous at x equal to 2, it means f of 2 is equal to limit of function 2 minus h at h tends to 0. We can use 2 plus h also. 2 minus h भी हम ले सकते हैं because function continuous है. 2 की लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट या 2 पर राइट हैंड लिमिट दोनों के ही आंसर एक जैसे आएंगे. ओके, नाउ स्टार्ट. f of 2 is equal to f2 minus h. This function will be represented in this way. It means we will use this function as 2 minus h means 2 minus h cube plus 2 minus h square minus 16 into 2 minus h plus 20 divided by 2 minus h minus 2 square. Actually all the x will be replaced by 2 minus h. This should be remembered. Actually we can solve this problem by factorization also, but so many times students are very misguided and in the procedure of factorization they will do so many mistakes. So I will not use that factorization method. I will solve. Okay, now we know all the things here. Okay, 2 minus h cube फाइंड कर लेंगे. a minus b whole cube फॉर्मूला हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. यूज a minus b whole cube फॉर्मूला. a minus b whole cube फॉर्मूला आपको मालूम है, that is a cube minus 3a square b minus 3 plus 3ab square minus b cube. We use this formula. तो now सिंपल करेंगे इसको. f of 2 is already किसके इक्वल है, k के इक्वल है. तो k is equal to जो हमको चाहिए. इसको सिंपल करना है, इससे h रिमूव करना है, आपका आंसर आना है. तो नाउ सिंपल करते हैं. लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 2 माइनस h क्यूब. थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे आइडेंटिटी को थोड़ा अलर्ट रह के लगाइए. 2 माइनस h क्यूब इट मीन्स 2 क्यूब 8 minus 3a square 4 3 are 12h plus 3ab square. It means plus 6h square minus b cube minus h cube. 2 minus h whole cube. This is also very easy identity. 2 square 4 minus 4h plus h square. And now 16 into 2. But this is minus 16 into 2 minus 32 and minus 16 into minus h plus 16h and plus 20 divided by, I said now in this bracket 2 plus 2 minus 2 will be cancelled. Minus h is here, minus h whole square is here, so minus h whole square is h square. It is h square. Okay, now simplify the brackets. Bracket already simplified, calculate the values. Now we can say here 8 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12, minus 32 minus 20, minus 20 plus 20. These all are value cancelled. All values are cancelled. And now the cube terms, only one cube term. So we will write minus h cube. H square, this is the h square term, this is the h square term. So 6h square plus h square, it means it is 7h square. And now check the h, minus 12h minus 4h plus 16h. It is also very easy here. Generally it is not always come that, but here minus 12 and minus 4 minus 16h plus 16h will cancel. So this is also cancelled. So only this is the remaining part, and divided by h square is here. And now simplify it. Limit h tends to 0. From the numerator we can take common h square. H square can be common. Then minus h plus 7. H square will be common, then minus h plus 7. Divide the h square. And h square will be cut by h square now. Now we can put h equal to 0 in this function. Because before it, if we put h equal to 0, then 0 will be in denominator, and denominator, if 0 is in denominator, it means it shows undefined value. Okay, now h equal to 0 put here, then answer will be equal to 7, and this is our answer. So in this way, actually some students can solve this problem by factorizing. X minus 2 will be common in this expression. We can take common also, but all students can't solve this method. So it is easy for all. Maybe is in this solution, in this method, we will use the identities a minus b cube and a minus b whole square. These all are very easy identities we can apply. So this is the next problem which we have solved. So this is. And now we will solve the next and last problem for this. Now students, again we will solve a very important formula, and this is last formula for this session. This is last question for this session. And so many identities of trigonometry we will use here. So definitely you have to memorize our formula of class 11th of trigonometry first. And if you have not memorized, then first you all will be, I will request you remember the formulas and identities of trigonometry. Again, this question is very important. If function fx is represented by root 2 cos x minus 1 divided by cot of x minus 1, when x is not equal to pi by 4, then find f of pi by 4 so that it becomes continuous at x equal to pi by 4. It means if again we will use our continuity definition. What is the given? Given what is given? Function fx is continuous at x is equal to pi by 4. So this given condition what represent by our previous theory, that is limit of function pi by 4 plus h tends to 0 is equal to f of pi by 4 is equal to limit of function f pi by 4 minus h tends to 0. But now we are independent, we can use this value or we can use this value because these both are equal. And we want to find this value, f pi by 4, we want to find this, which is not given. But given is, function is continuous at pi by 4. It means the limit of function at pi by 4 plus h h tends to 0 equal to f pi by 4. So we will use this identity again. So f of pi by 4. So students, f of pi by 4 plus h or f of pi by 4 minus h will be replaced by, we will use only this value, will be replaced by this function, in which we will represent x is equal to pi by 4 plus h. We will replace this x by pi by 4 plus h. Okay, so now replace this value. Then limit x tends to 0 square root 2 cos pi by 4 plus h minus 1 divided by cot pi by 4 plus h minus 1. Now the students should know the identities of cos of a plus b. Cos of a plus b, it is the formula, first formula which we have derived in class 11, that is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. And similarly we have also derived formula cot of a plus b. The cot of a plus b is cot a cot b minus 1 divided by cot b plus cot a. These two formula will be applied here. We can see here a, this is a, this is b. Similarly this is a, this is b. This both formula will be used here by that identity. Now when we use this formula, so limit x tends to 0 root 2, and already we know about cot pi by 4. Cot pi by 4 is 1, cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, sin pi by 4 is also 1 by root 2. These three identities also will be used here. So cos a cos b, it means it will be 1 by root 2 cos h minus 1 by root 2 sin h minus 1, and cot a plus b formula, cot a1, this is cot h minus 1 divided by cot b again 1 plus cot h minus 1. We'll use that space again. So students should please see here. Now it is easy. I will use this space to solve this question here. So watch at that place. We can see here 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 in both terms. 1 by root 2 means 1 by root 2 will be common, and root 2 will cut by root 2. And the remaining values are limit h tends to 0 cos h minus sin h minus 1 divided by and in the denominator cot h minus 1 here, cot h minus 1, and this 1 plus cot h will be multiplying this 1, means minus 1 minus cot h, and this 1 plus cot h will be multiplying numerator. This is the theory, already we know it. This is algebra of maths. Okay students, now you can see here cot h is cut by cot h here, and denominator is minus 2 is here, and 1 plus cot h is that it is also, we will use this limits theory. Limit h tends to 0, cos h can be write as 1 minus 2 sine square h by 2 minus sine h minus 1. This is the formula, cos h formula. Divide by minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. 1 plus cot h. 1 plus cot h, it is also represented by 1 plus cos h by sin h, because cot theta is equal to cos theta divided by sin theta. Now again 1 cancelled by 1 cancelled by 1, and the value limit h tends to 0. In 11th class also sin h is equal to 2 sin h by 2 cos h by 2. So use this identity again here. So 2 sin h by 2 will be common. So minus 2 sin h by 2 will be common. The value will be remaining here sin h by 2 plus cos h by 2 divided by minus 2. Also use this identity here, sin h plus cos h divided by sin h. Now we will complete this exercise, this question. Again minus 2 cut by minus 2. Sin h by 2 upon sin h. We will use these two expression for finding the limits, and in all remaining places we can put x equal to 0 directly. So now answer will be, now the next step answer, we will find answer. Sin h by 2 divided by sin h give answer 1 by 2 at h tends to 0. H tends to 0 here, it will be 0 plus 1, and that is again 0 plus 1. Then the answer is equal to 1 by 2. This is our answer. So this type of so many problems in our exercise, and these are the problems of our exemplar book of NCERT, and I refer this exemplar book because it is very essential for your competitive exam also. So in next section we will see the next topic of this chapter. Thank you.